Big changes are coming to retirement savings and benefits this year, as well as the next few years, and it's critical that you're aware of these changes. And that's exactly what we're getting into today. Hi, and welcome back to Stop Being Sold. My name is Michelle, and I'm here with Brian. And in today's video, we're covering important changes to 401ks, 403bs, 457 plans, as well as IRAs.
Yeah, these changes come thanks to the Secure Act 2.0, which was recently passed. And the purpose of that bill, Michelle, was to boost retirement savings and encourage people to save more money. Okay. And I'm really a fan of the big parts of inside here that really affect retirement planning. So think about this. Traditional pension plans are a thing of the past, and no one knows if Social Security will be around for millennials or Gen Z when they reach their 60s, right? And let's not forget, we're living longer and we need to have more money later on in life.
Yeah.
This means it's up to each individual to save on our own today.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's get to it. So the first major change comes to 401ks and 403bs with automatic enrollment for employees starting January 1st, 2025.
Yeah, that's right. Employers will be required to automatically enroll their employees into at least a 3% savings rate and as high as a 10% savings rate. And the rate will increase 1% each year until it reaches a maximum of 15%. Okay. Now, the problem with this is, Michelle, this is for new plans only, and employees will have the option to opt out of it. So if you already have a 401k plan, this won't affect you. Also, small businesses with 10 or fewer employees, new businesses, church plans, government plans are all exempt from this provision. One last thing. While new employees will be automatically enrolled, it's worth calling your plan provider and finding out if the Roth option is available. Here's why. Roth is the money you save with after-tax dollars, which means you can withdraw from your retirement account tax-free and penalty-free after age 59 and a half.
All right. So speaking of Roth, this new law also allows for employers to match the Roth option in 401ks, correct?
Yeah, this is a huge benefit in my opinion. Before this, all employer matches had to go in pre-tax dollars. They had to go in the pre-tax account like a traditional 401k, and then you have to pay taxes on the money withdrawal later on. Unlike many provisions of the new law, this went into effect immediately, but it's important to recognize that it's optional. Employers may still elect to make pre-tax matches, or they may not provide a company match at all.
All right. So with those with a 401k, another positive change is this bill brings is that participants can access funds for emergencies.
Yeah, this starts in 2024. And the bill actually provides employers two ways to access their funds in the case of an emergency. Okay. First, employers may offer participants an emergency savings withdrawal of up to $1,000 per year. This withdrawal was not subject to early withdrawal penalty and may be repaid over a 3-year period.
And that's huge. That's a really huge thing.
Yeah. Second, now listen to this. In addition to or instead of the emergency savings withdrawal, employers may offer non-highly compensated participants an emergency savings account as part of their retirement plan. Employees may voluntarily contribute or may be automatically enrolled at up to 3% of their annual pay, capped at $2,500. Contributions will be after tax and subject to the plan's match, if any. Participants may take a distribution from the emergency savings account at any time.
And so offering both one and or both of these options will be at the discretion of the employer, correct? Meaning it may not be offered to everyone with a 401k plan?
Exactly. Employers still have the option right now to add these or not, but stay tuned to see if this changes in the future and may be made more mandatory over optional.
Okay. All right. So let's move on to another big change that to help people save even more, which is the increase in catch-up contribution limits.
Yeah, this is huge also for employees age 60 to 63. Now you got to stay tuned for all these numbers here because you got to stick it beside the line, put the blinders on. For employees age 60 to 63 who want to contribute more, they're now able to contribute $10,000 or 150% of the standard catch-up amount for 2024. These amounts will adjust it annually based on the cost of living starting in 2026. So them numbers can actually change.
Okay.
Also, under the new law, catch-up contributions to 401k plans must be designated Roth contributions if the employee's compensation from the employer was more than $145,000. That provision takes effect in 2024 also.
All right. So starting in 2024 as well, employers can match their employees' student loan payments to their 401k plan, 403b, 3B, and simple IRA, correct?
Yes.
Let's talk
Yes.
about that.
Yeah, this is a huge benefit for those who can't afford to save for retirement because they're trying to make their monthly student loan payments. Okay.
Right.
If your employer matches your student loan payments, this is how this might work. No, remember, might work. Okay. So you pay close attention to this. Let's say you're paying $400 every month towards student loans, and your employer match could be up to the whatever the terms of the plan is. Okay.
Okay.
This means if your employer matches, let's say 3% of your pay, and you're making $50,000 per year, $1,500, 3% of the $50,000 would be matched into your student loan payments or your workplace plan, depending on how your employer opts to set this up.
Okay.
This also needs to follow your vesting schedule. So employers could opt to pay your workplace retirement plan first until you're fully vested, then give you the option to pay the debt directly with matching funds. And one quick note here, there was an amendment to the Secure Act 2.0 that allows employer matching contributions to be made to the qualified student loan repayments rather than or in addition to employee elective deferrals.
Okay. So this is not something that every employer is going to offer, correct?
No, they have to want to do it, number one.
Okay.
And number two, they may feel that if this is a headache to do, we don't have the staff to do this.
Sure.
Look, we'll just match up to your retirement as the plan states. So,
But if a plan does do it, and you have student loan debt, it really takes away that question: should I save for student loan? Should I pay off my student loan debt
or save for retirement,
which is where
right.
a lot of Americans happen to be.
Yeah, it gets you away from that battle of, oh, I want to save more, but I got to pay off this debt. So if you're paying off your debt and the employer is matching to your retirement, you're still adding to your retirement. So it is a huge win for you. So.
Okay. All right. Well, another big win in the Secure Act 2.0 is for part-time workers who now only have to work 2 years until they are eligible to participate in any kind of employer-sponsored retirement plan.
Yeah, exactly. This becomes effective for plan years beginning after December 31st of 2024. So people are going to have to wait for this to kick in, but it will make it easier for those with part-time jobs to start saving more for retirement. So,
well, I just think it's a good thing because how many people do you know that have like 2 to 3 part-time jobs and not one full-time job?
Huge.
I know quite a few.
Huge. Yeah. Or they got the second job that's working, 10, 15 hours a week just for extra income. That's another additional way for them to start saving for retirement. So
absolutely. All right. So another change we're seeing with the Secure Act is that Americans who are saving in 529 college savings plans will soon be able to transfer any unused, not any, but just some unused, I should say, 529 plan funds into a Roth IRA in the same beneficiary's name without income taxes or tax penalties on the rollover.
This is good news, actually great news to parents and grandparents who have a child or grandchild who doesn't end up using 529 savings for school. Right. Beginning in 2024, the Secure Act 2.0 will allow people to make tax and penalty-free rollovers from 529 plans into a Roth IRA. To qualify for the transfer, the 529 plan must have been open for at least 15 years. Beneficiaries will be able to roll over a maximum of $35,000 over the course of their lifetime. That's huge.
It is big.
Transfers will also count towards annual Roth IRA contribution limits. And for 2023, the Roth IRA contribution limit is $6,500 or $7,500 for those 50 and older. However, contributions to a 529 plan made in the last 5 years aren't eligible for tax-free transfers to a Roth IRA. That goes back to that 5-year rule of Roth IRAs. So.
Sure. Okay, so just say that again to make clear. So contributions that were made to a 529 plan in the last 5 years are not eligible for this tax-free transfer, but anything prior to that
Prior to
will
that,
be.
yep.
Okay. And the max is what? Would you say
35,000 over a
35,000 over the
lifetime.
course of the lifetime? Okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so one final change that I think is important to note in this video today are the RMD changes, which will be phased in over the next 10 years. And I should say required minimum distribution changes. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, this is going to be broken down into 2 different phases, Michelle. Phase 1, RMDs will now start at age 73, starting in 2023. If you've already started RMDs, this ain't going to change for you at all.
So there's no break for anybody who's already
71, it was already taking RMDs, or 72 was already taking RMDs. So yeah, that's not going to change. So if you turn 72 in 2023, you can take your first RMD by December 31st of 2024, or you could delay it till April 1st of 2025. But if you delay until April, you'll need to take 2 RMDs in 2025, one for the 2024 calendar year and one for the 2025 tax year. So,
okay.
And then phase 2, starting in 2033, RMDs will now move up to age 75. One of the biggest complaints I've got over my years in the business is the fact that people have to take RMDs and they hate taking them out. Yeah. They don't want to spend that money, and they don't want to take out when the market is down. So, also included in this bill are some massive changes to the original penalty, the 50% penalty for not taking RMDs on time. So,
we did an in-depth video on these important RMD changes. There's a lot more than what we just covered right here, but I don't want to make this video so long. So if you want to know more, make sure to check that out. We'll drop that in the pinned comment and the description below. Make sure to check it out if you're nearing RMD age, because it's some of these the game changer, especially what you mentioned, that massive changes to the original 50% penalty, which is fantastic. It drops, right?
Finally.
Right. And so if you also like this video, show us you love the content, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Help us grow this channel. All right, Brian, anything else that you want to add before we wrap this up?
Stay tuned to any new updates that may be coming from the Secure Act 2.0, like amendments that may be filed here shortly. So,
do you expect that we'll see a few of those in the next year or so?
Oh, I do. This is constantly changing. So you need to stay on top of it. And that's the beauty of this channel. You can hop in here, listen to Michelle and I, and we get the updates as soon as they hit the wire. So
absolutely. All right. So once again, if you like the content today, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for updates, and do check out that RMD change video that we'll put in the pinned comment and description below. All right. Thank you, Brian, for this today. And thanks to everyone who watched.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.